Hello everyone, and welcome back. Today I got here a Honda Rubicon 520 and I'm going to be installing the Honda winch. So let's get to it. This install will be the same for the Rubicon, Foreman, and the 420. Here is everything that comes in the winch kit. We have our fair lead, the mount, the relay, some mounting brackets, the rocker switch and mount, the wiring, some zip ties, a hook, a few bags of bolts, the winch, and an operations manual. You will also need this sub harness here. I will include all the part numbers in the description below. If you would like the paper instructions, simply go to the website, depending on your location, or scan the QR code. Once you're at the website, follow the instructions. It's pretty straightforward from there. The first thing I'm going to do is remove the front bumper. To do this, I'm first going to let down the first 4 bolts on the skid plate, and then I can remove the bottom mount down here, the middle mount right back here, the headlight 10 mil mount right here, and the top 12 mils holding it to the front rack. Next, I'm going to install the mount onto the machine. First, I'm going to temporarily install the 12 mil bolts here with the spacers. And then I'll attach the bracket with these 15 mil nuts and carriage bolts. Here is how I have the mount installed. I have the 12 mil bolts here with the spacers just temporarily installed to get everything lined up. And then I have the bracket on the back side, the carriage bolts, and the 15 mil nuts tightened down. Next, I'm going to take 2 more carriage bolts and 2 more 15 mil nuts and install the winch fair lead with the big roller on the bottom. When you're installing the fair lead, you'll notice it can slide up and down about 1/4 inch. I like to push it all the way up so that the bumper slides on smooth. Next, I'm going to slide the winch into place, making sure I have the power cable side on the left-hand side of the vehicle. And then I'm going to take 4 of these 5 mil Allen key bolts up from the bottom to secure it in. little bit of a tight fit squeezing the winch through there. I did have to grab the mount and pull it down a little ways so that I could fit the winch in. Also make sure you get your cable coming out your fair lead. To give me more room to tighten up the Allen key bolts, I'm going to remove the 12 mils with the spacers that we temporarily installed earlier. Those bolts are kind of in a tight place to get to. I recommend having an Allen key with a rounded end like this one here. Before reinstalling the bumper, I'm going to attach the blue and yellow wires to the corresponding terminals on the winch. I've already slid on a wire cover onto each end, and I'm going to attach them using a 10 mil nut. Now I can reinstall the bumper using the stock bolts, except for the bottom holes where we're going to use the spacers and 12 mil bolts that were provided in the kit. Once you get all your 12 mil bolts tight, go ahead and reattach the skid plate. Also, put on some 13 mil nuts on the front, securing the mount to the bumper.
If you want to say thanks for the effort I put in on this tutorial, check out the new Super Thanks button.
Don't forget the two 10 mils that attach the headlights to the front bumper. And if you're finding this one useful, hit that subscribe button, click that bell, and smash that thumbs up. It really goes a long way to helping out the channel. Before I get started on the wiring, I'm going to attach the winch hook with the cotter pin and the pin provided in the kit. need to remove the seat and the center hood. I'm also going to remove the battery box cover. Now I'm going to attach the winch relay to its mounting bracket using an 8mm bolt, a rubber washer, and a nut. Next, we need to route the wires. As you can see, I've routed the wires along the frame, underneath the brake hose, and over to where I'm going to mount the winch relay, which will be on this bar right here. I've already put a few zip ties in place to secure them down. Before I install the winch relay, I need to attach the red and the black wire. I'm going to make sure I have the end with the brown jumper at the winch relay. Connect the brown jumper wire to the center terminal on the winch relay. Here's how it should look. Black on black, red on red, brown to the center terminal. I have my red wire tilted off just to the side a little bit so that it doesn't interfere with these other terminals. It's going to be kind of hard to see what I'm doing here, but I'm going to go in from the right side of the machine and I'm going to mount the winch relay right here on this post just above the sticker. I'll give you a better view once I get it in there. To make it a little easier, I've put one bolt in place and left it loose for now. Before I install the winch relay, I'm going to take the wire that goes up to the rocker switch and I'm going to take these two spade connector ends and attach them to the green and black terminals on the relay. Now that I have everything connected, I'm going to install the relay onto the machine. Now that I have the winch relay mounted loosely, I'm going to pull the black and red wires through and route them towards the battery. I've pulled my red and black wires through and I'm going to zip tie them up to the frame here. They go under the spark plug wire, behind the frame, under this piece of plastic here, and into the battery box. I'm also going to reach through from the left side of the vehicle here. Here's my winch relay, and I'm going to grab the control wires that will go up to the handlebars for our rocker switch. Here you can see the winch relay. It is mounted to this big frame bar right here, and I still got it loose so that I can attach the blue and yellow wires. Now I'm going to attach the blue and yellow wires to the winch relay using 2 more 10mm nuts that were provided in the kit. I'm going to come in from the left side of the vehicle again, and I'm going to slide up the relay mount right above the bend here, and I'm going to tighten up the 13mm nuts. Here's a little bit better view of where I have my winch relay mounted. Next, we're going to set up our rocker switch and get it ready to mount on the machine. We're going to take this plate here and these 2 little Phillips screws and attach it to the rocker switch. I like to use a little bit of blue Loctite. Now I'm going to attach the bar clamps with the small 3mm Allen key bolt on the top. Here's how I have the rocker switch set up and ready to go onto the machine. I'm going to mount the rocker switch right here, and then I'm going to route the wires in behind the plastic and down and out with all the other wires. Now I got the rocker switch tightened down, nice and firm, and I got the wires following the bars down into the plastic and out the bottom. Next, I'm going to install this sub harness that was sold separately. This sub harness replaces part of the original harness that connects to the auxiliary plug here. The sub harness has two options, a white-black wire and a green wire that is for the heated hand grips, and a white-black wire by itself that is for keyed power for the winch here. I'm now going to take our control wire harness coming off the winch relay and route it up behind the plastic and out the top here. Then I'm going to connect the 3 wires from the control rocker switch to the winch relay. I've connected black to black, green to green, and red to white black. And I like to put a little bit of tape around them so they don't come apart. Now pull the control wire harness up just a little ways more. And there's a white-black wire for keyed power that needs to be connected to the sub harness here. And put some tape on there as well. Now just go in from the left-hand side here and pull down the excess wire and secure it to the frame with a zip tie. I also like to loop the control wire here into the zip tie on the handlebars. To keep the battery terminals a little cleaner, I'm going to connect the red wire to the hot side of the starter solenoid right here. And then I'll connect the black cable to the negative side of the battery. I've gone ahead and placed 2 zip ties up here, one over here, one here. I clicked one into the plastic right there, and one here in the battery box. The last thing to do is to test it out and make sure it works. Once you got the seat and plastics on, this install is done. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and click up here to check out the next video. This has been my winch install on the Honda Rubicon 520. Ride safe.